All right, welcome to A Beer with Brad, episode 14, live on location tonight for this special episode. Tonight I got my friends Josh and Amy with me. We're going to talk about the Sandhill Cranes, but first, the beer. Probably can't see it tonight, but I have a porter from First Street Brewing in Hastings, Nebraska. We're here in the Grand Island, Kearney, Hastings, the Tri-Cities, so to say, for central Nebraska in the Platte River Valley. And First Street Brewing is Hastings' original brewery. There's two breweries, First Street and Steeple Brewing. They're right by each other, right around the corner in the historic downtown Hastings. And this porter from First Street Brewing is a nice beer to drink. So, guys, cheers.
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 So I'm having a beer. The Warners are having wine with Warners. So
Nice.
whatever. That's the start of their next show. So we're here. It's another year of Sandhill Crane Photography.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? It's your fourth year, fifth year?
Fourth or fifth year. We've been out pretty well every year, except for one year we didn't have very good weather. And
You got
in Denver,
snowed in Denver, right?
Yeah, and so we
I
didn't
think
come
that's
out
right.
one year. But otherwise, yeah, it's been 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our first year in the blind.
Yeah.
So that's been it's been great.
So we did last night. We did a blind at Rose Sanctuary, and then this morning we did the same blind, both photography blinds at Rose Sanctuary. And last night the birds landed right in front of us, pretty late, but they landed right in front of us.
Yeah.
And then
cool.
this morning when
This
the
morning
sun
was
came up,
Phenomenal.
they were right there, and they were there till an eagle showed up. But it's nature. You can't
Yeah.
control the bald eagles.
Right.
When they see food, they go after it. So.
Right.
So this is your fourth or fifth year now, fifth year. But
Yeah, 4th or 5th year, and
what happened to get you guys? You guys came out. I've been coming here for a long time now, and
Yeah, I mean, as you know, I lived in Omaha for about 8 years, and just for whatever reason never came out. And you've been out here like 14 years, and just kept talking about it. And I'm like, I want to check this out. And so, yeah, we came out one year, and I was just like kind of instantly hooked.
Done.
It's a great experience. I highly recommend getting out here sometime into central Nebraska and checking out the Sandhill Crane migration. It's a cool sight to see for sure.
It's
Yeah.
totally different than what we usually do.
Yeah.
We're normally, mountains or in the desert or, and
More just landscape
Whatever, yeah.
specific, but
this is
it's a cool experience for sure to come out here and see it.
stretches your photography legs.
yeah,
It's not.
different.
It is a different. It's more almost like, I won't say sports oriented, but a little
No,
faster.
I would agree. It's sport. I mean, I use the same lens I use to photograph baseball. And,
Yeah,
if
You
I'm-
got to be quick
You
and
gotta be
faster
try
shutter
to
speeds.
Yeah. try to
Yeah.
anticipate what the next move
Yeah.
is going to be. I can see that.
Yeah.
you push your equipment
Basketball.
to limits that you don't want to push your equipment to, and try to anticipate something that is totally going to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a lot of fun, but there is a landscape component because I think some of the best. I mean, the cool
Yeah.
close-up crane pictures are cool, but some of my favorite crane pictures are the landscape. The oriented when the cranes are part of the bigger scene. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get a little sunrise or sunset light, some color with the birds, so
Yeah.
it comes into play too.
So you've been coming here for 5 years, but
Mhm.
today was yesterday and today were your first chance to get into
In
a
the
photo
blind.
blind.
Yeah,
That's
into
right.
the photo blind.
What do you think of that?
It was great. You get the opportunity to get a little bit closer. Going out in the morning or in the sunset, the birds are just kind of flying over, and with the blind, you can get a lot closer. They're just kind of right there in front of you. So
Yeah.
it's cool, and you get to see a little bit different behavior. Like I said, going out into along the gravels, you wait till they come off the river in the morning, or vice versa, going to it in the afternoon, and you see the flight behavior, and kind of hopping around in the fields, but you kind of get all that combined when they're coming into the water.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, today we didn't have the best morning as far as the birds were sleepy, I would say. They weren't jumping around
They were a
lot
little
yet.
sluggish. Yeah.
But they started to, and it's really fun when you start to see them start to play. And,
Yeah.
and I think if we would have had another 15, 20 minutes before that bald eagle came and scared them all away, we probably would have seen a lot more of that. But
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's
All in
really
all,
cool.
though, I will not complain. It was a really cool experience to be in the blind, and
I think we're spoiled now.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm
we
gonna want to
even
do
said,
it
I'm
again.
like, okay, like this is kind of the benchmark now. I want to do
Yeah.
it again. So
Yeah.
So I think the first 4 or 5 years we did the blind, and then kind of had a couple bad experiences. They run the blinds completely different now. Now we were in a dedicated photography blind. Before it was just group blinds, and they had, grandma and grandpa mixed in with the high school kids, mixed in with photographers that wanted a serious photo, and everyone was there for a different reason, and it always didn't work out. So now having the dedicated photography blind, I think it helps out. Would you ever do the overnight one where you sleep in the blind?
I think that
I don't know, I think
seems
it'd be
pretty
fun.
interesting.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I even
cool.
said it's kind of funny. Like, we got in there this morning and it's very dark, you're not shooting yet, and you have time to sit there, and like mentally I was thinking like, oh, if I had like an opportunity to like build a blind on, if somebody has some land that backs up to the river, like how would I, set it up? And so I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely hooked on how I can get back into the blind.
But you're always scheming.
Oh, always, yeah. For
You're
sure.
always thinking,
I'm always
how am I going to build
scheming
my
on
camper?
Yeah, how am I going to build my
log
camper?
cabin in the
Where can we
mountains?
travel to? Yeah, so.
Well, great.
That's true.
We got this weekend's flown by. I cannot believe this is the last night of a 4-day trip. I mean, it's tomorrow morning we're gonna get up. We're gonna photograph sunrise. Hopefully that giant full moon is right there on the horizon, and we get cranes coming in front of it. But
yeah, that'd be cool.
Nice.
Can't believe how fast it's gone. With an extra day. It's kind of weird because we were doing 1 or 2 days, and then this year we bumped it up to almost 4 days, and it's
we
gone
took
by
Friday
even
and came out Thursday night, and even a 3-day weekend. I even said this afternoon, like, well, here it is, Saturday afternoon, and we're gonna be driving home tomorrow, so it is definitely going fast.
Would you do anything different? Did you?
No, honestly,
we
this
did
year.
talk about coming later, maybe in the future, but
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, potentially. I mean,
Only
I
because
know
I'm
the
always
whooping
freezing.
cranes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amy's always cold.
Supposedly there was 2 whooping cranes this weekend, but we never saw them.
We haven't seen whooping cranes.
The night I was at Row on Thursday night before you guys got into town, apparently they were there and I didn't see them. I was in different blind, and then they were there the next morning, which we were not there, and then we have not seen them in the field. So
Right. But generally speaking, they tend to come a little later.
they come later. Yep.
So I mean, maybe that, and then also the lady at Row said once the cranes have come in and they've been here a couple weeks and they've had an opportunity to feed, they're not as skittish. They kind of relax and they stay around the water a little bit. But I mean, all in all, yeah, it's been a great weekend.
It's always a good trip.
Yeah, for sure.
It's always fun.
I also agree. I would do it later. We kind of been shooting for St. Patrick's Day, which is supposedly the peak, and it is the peak for the entire 70-mile stretch of river, but we're usually on the western half of the roost, so the peak down here is a little bit later, and we've kind of been early. And today I could really tell when we were in the blind that I was in the photo blind before COVID, before the flood. So 2018 I was in the photo blind the first week of April, and that river was way more packed than it was today. So I definitely think that
That's interesting.
for those of you that aren't out here yet, that are coming later, you're gonna have a lot of birds because it's
maybe
ramping
a week
up.
after St. Patty's Day. Then
I say towards the end of March. I think right now would be especially this year. And again, they're wild birds.
it'll change.
Snow to the north.
They don't run on our
drought,
schedule? What?
Drought to the south. Everything changes there. So.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it's been another great trip.
Absolutely.
Can't believe it's winding down, but
Yep.
thanks for being the first ever guests on a
I feel honored.
On Beer with Brad? Yeah,
So
absolutely.
So, those of you who don't know, I've been doing photography trips with Josh since, I think it was 2009 was our first trip. We went out to Colorado for a 4 or 5 day weekend. And then, 2010 we went down to West Virginia, and almost every year since. So
yeah, we've been on a few adventures for sure.
And then I tag along
Yeah.
now. I'm
Amy's
the
a lot
third
of
wheel.
fun, so now I only call it third wheel. You fit right in with this group. So,
Yeah.
but well, thanks for joining me, and cheers.
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 And we'll see
The
you all
next
again
trip.
next time.